Have you ever wondered who cuts a curl dresser's hair? Well, the answer is we do. I'm going to show you an easy way to cut your own curls. Are you ready? Let's do this. Well, hello, my curlies. Erica, your curl dresser here, and I am showing you how I cut my own curls, which might make it easier for some of you who can't find a good curl dresser to at least help shape your own. It's when you notice things that are not laying like puzzle pieces. The first thing I do is I start to lift and I start looking for things that are not creating the shape I want. I see things like this that don't seem to be flowing correctly. I like to lean to the side and fluff the hair. What you're looking for are things that are popping out and don't look like they're in the right spot. You're going to take the end and you're going to take your scissor in a downward motion and cut. If I come back to the side and I start to fluff things out, you will see as you move, you will find things and they pop out of nowhere. And you're just shaping until you can get yourself to a hairdresser. Okay, here are the fun curls that are no longer curls. Because as we mature, our curls change and sometimes you end up with straight pieces. It's a bitch, I know. Where is it coming from? It's coming from back here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut it so it sits within the shape of the hair. It'll be about here. But because our curls move, you have to make sure that you know where it is before you cut. Because once you cut, that's it. But if you find out where it belongs and then you trim it in relation to that, that's when you get a nice shape. The first thing you want is a good pair of shears. It can be an inexpensive pair from Amazon. I'll throw a few links down below for you. But if you're cutting your hair at home occasionally just to shape it, then you don't need expensive shears. Now, you also want to make sure you're going with the shape of your head. You have to remember that you're working with the shape of the human skull. You see how this curl goes from here to here. The first thing you want to do is separate it a little to make sure that it's not just the fact that they're twisted. Because you know, we move, our curls twist. It actually, once I disconnected it, it's not as bad as I thought. You want to gently part your hair in the back, bring it to the front, and then you look. Are you even? And this curl right here, which is the one I saw in the back, needs to be trimmed. But we're not going to whack it off. We are going to do a little snip in there. Okay, there you go. And then you look. Okay, so this definitely needs cutting. So it's really all about going through your hair and looking for rogue curls that don't belong. Something has been bothering me, yes, right back here. So this needs cutting, my girls and guys. I see where these other curls are, and I see underneath. Take the ends of what's bothering me and trim. That's it, just a little tip. And sometimes that's all it needs. And now it's not bothering me as much. Right here, you see how little is coming off. And if you have to do a little extra snip, do an extra snip. It's not going to kill you. Let's face it, we can hide a lot with our curls. Now, doing the back is a little more difficult. In my youth, I would use a handheld mirror. And what I would do, I would find pieces, I would see them and grab them, put down the mirror, and then snip. Yes, it's a pain in the ass. So I do a little fudging. And again, doing the back is a little more complicated. And when I do it, I tend to lean backwards Here, I'll show you. I lean backwards and I look as I'm flipping my hair around. I see things like right here that are a little long, and I make sure that there's enough behind it so I'm not creating a see-through. As our curls thin, we sometimes need more layers around our framing so that you don't see through everything. This right here, and you see how high up it was? So it definitely needs snippeting. And then you go back and make sure that it's falling in line. And here's another one. And yes, is it time consuming? Hell yes. And most people don't have time to do this. I can't see. So you see all of these? And they're pretty high up. See, this is why you always want to look. Where are they coming from? Lifting and watching how it falls is the easiest way to spot them. As you can see by all the positions I get myself into, you get to be pretty twisty bendy when you are a curly. When it comes to these giant twists of curls, you want to make sure you untwist the twisted. This way you get a better line and you can see where all the curls belong. You definitely want to do a cleanup around your front hairline. So disconnect anything, lean forward, and any curls that are hanging too low, give the ends just a little snippet. One trick to make sure you get all your curls cut is to take a section between your two fingers, gently slide your fingers up, and any curls that don't fall from between your fingers gets cut. I can do an entire haircut and they flip over, so we go to fluff and decrunchify, and I'll find a rogue hair that got lost. It's because it wasn't falling straight down, it got detoured somewhere. And so I cut it for that somewhere else, but then it pops out. What you want to do next is you want to make sure you're even on both sides so that you don't look lopsided. Gently lift and feel. If you look in the mirror, sometimes it's easier. I don't have that ability right now. It's very hard to get curls to be cut perfectly on both sides. So I always do a check because you're not doing precision by pulling hair that's wet. You're cutting curls by themselves to make them sit where you want them to sit. And then you just go through and feel to make sure that everything feels right. And if it needs snipping, you snip just a snippet. Just a snippet. I don't have time to do this, which is why I do it half-assed. I see something and I'll snip it. I see something else and I'll snip that. I do not do an entire haircut on myself anymore. Who has the time? So I do what I have to do. And for my curlies that can't find a hairdresser that actually gets it, maybe this is your alternative. Some people don't have the ability to look at the shape and fix it. And if you don't, that's fine. At least maybe this will give you a little bit of a handle on how to cut your curls, at least until maybe you find a curl dresser who gets it. You don't want curls flipping out. You want them to be going in. Otherwise, you have all these curls flipping out. And that's when snipping just a snippet is sometimes all you need. Keep that in mind as you snip away. Now, another way that I do this is that I will flip over and hold a mirror. Yes, I will flip over and hold a mirror so I can see how things are falling and what's out of place, what's too long. It's a process, but I also do it to my clients because when they flip, things fall, and that's when you find them. So that, my curlies, is how you cut your own curls. Now, I'm going to sweep it up and I'm going to show you how much I cut off. I did take a little bit off a couple of days ago. I was cutting anything that was fuzzy at the end while my hair had product in it and it was scrunched. So they all were going to be roughly in the same place, just shorter. And it's always helpful when you have light behind you because it shines on those frizzy parts. And then you just lean to the side like you did for the other, and you just look in the mirror and you snip away at all those little ones. These were the snippets that I took off when my hair was wet. So you see, I mean, it's not a lot, but it's enough to keep your curls looking crisp and fabulous. And this is what I snipped off just now. It is not as hard as you think, but there is a creative side to what I do. Clients have called me the curl whisperer. For whatever reason, I always seem to be able to shape it perfectly, and they can go 6 months, 9 months, sometimes a year, which I do not recommend because that makes your curl dresser's job harder. If you found this video informative, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't, and share me. I am on my way to 2,000 subscribers. So cheers and ciao for now. Let's just roll with it. Okay. I mean, clients have curled me. Do I redo that? You're like winging it here. Okay. The first thing you want is a good pair of scissors that are sharp. The first thing that you, hope I'm in the right spot. The first thing you want, now what you're going, I can't get the frog out of my throat. Well, yeah, let's say hopefully, right? Or just say. So just taking the very tips. Oh, cutting backwards is not easy. Cutting down, and I'm not in there. In my youth, because I can't see right now. I have my scissors in my pocket.